Thor Ragnarok takes the god of thunder into an entirely different direction. And man, does it pay off. While on a personal journey, Thor finds himself in another world called Sakaar, where he is sold as a challenger in a gladiator match against the Hulk. All the while Hela, the goddess of death, played by Cate Blanchett, takes over Asgard. Thus, Thor forms a new team-up with Hulk, Loki, and a Valkyrie to stop Hela from bringing forth Ragnarok, the end of everything. While Thor may not have been a lot of people's favorite Avenger, I felt he had potential when I watched his first movie. However, his last film, The Dark World, was a huge disappointment, and I was really hoping that this one would be a lot better than the last. Like Captain America Civil War, I avoided the trailers, though I've only watched the teaser trailer only once. And it turns out that the end product is the total opposite of The Dark World. Chris Hemsworth is given a lot more to work with his character. Thor in this movie has a strong sense of humor and great development that was so needed. His journey is about enlightenment and discovering more things about himself that he never knew before. But he also has a great supporting cast to back him up. Tom Hiddleston as Loki was enjoyable as always, and the great thing was, the movie didn't need to rely on him chewing the scenery because the other supporting characters were just as entertaining. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie was another great addition to Marvel's kick-ass female heroes, having a troubled past and being a hard drinker and finding purpose again in aiding Thor. Then there's Korg, who's played by the film's director Taika Waititi, and who gives the kind of humor that you see in Waititi's other movies. I would describe Korg as the Thing's more polite New Zealand cousin, but he is another hilarious side character. Any fan of Jeff Goldblum would get a kick out of his flamboyant performance as the Grandmaster. It's stellar Goldblum acting. And last but not least, the Hulk gets more development like Thor. Their fight together is so awesome, with some hilarious callbacks from the Avengers movies and reactions from Loki. This is perhaps the most screen time we get for the Hulk in a Marvel movie, having a more expanded but simple-minded vocabulary, being the Hulk for quite a while. But Mark Ruffalo gets a chance to shine as Bruce Banner for a moment. As for Cate Blanchett as Hela, initially I thought she looked awesome, even though she looks like the love child of Rita Repulsa and Bucky Barnes. And as the first female antagonist of the MCU, excluding the ones from the Netflix series, she's not half bad. Blanchett is clearly having so much fun being evil. But with all that said, I feel she could have a little more depth to her character, being connected to Thor in some way. But nevertheless, she is definitely a lot better than Malekith from The Dark World. And that's saying a lot. As for issues, the setup is a bit unusual, going all over the place, and even including a cameo from a certain Marvel character just to show it's all connected. But once it gets going, it truly gets going. And there was one running joke that was starting to get old for me as the film went on, but it gets very funny again, so I don't really have that many complaints. Thor Ragnarok was a hilarious and colorful ride. Much like how the third time was the charm for Wolverine with Logan, it was the same for Thor. I have a little message for Jean Grey. I like to give you this force so you can eat your own words. I just keep getting more excited with every Marvel movie release. In 3 months, we will have Black Panther, which looks really neat, and then... well, you get the idea. To conclude, Thor Ragnarok gets my strong approval. Also, if any of you love the use of Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song in the trailers, it's included in the movie too. Well, once again, thanks for watching everybody. Tune in next week when I'll be reviewing Justice League and seeing if it was all worth it just to get to that point in that amount of years. I'm really hoping it will be worth it, especially since Wonder Woman was so good. May God have mercy on the DCEU. Till then, y'all take care.